meters above the sea level. Woohoo! Hello, very good morning.
Good morning.
Today it's Saturday.
Yes.
It's Saturday. It's a beautiful sunny morning, 10 o'clock. We are in San Pedro. We just came down from yesterday from the Rainbow Mountain. But was horrible weather. We was freezing because it has been rained, hailing, very, very cold. So we stopped in this small village. We took a room. We had a sleep. And now we are continuing our way to Puno to see the
Titicaca Lake.
Titicaca Lake. Yes, indeed. So guys, it's 21 degrees. Like I said, it's a beautiful weather. Join us. If it's gonna be something interesting on the road, we will show you. So, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Right now we are at 4,200 meters above the sea level, and what is really surprising is that there is a railway track up here. We have crossed it a few times already, and I thought it was just an old abandoned line, but no, the train actually coming straight at us from the other direction.
Hagyja. Most gyerekek, 4200 méter magasba vagyunk, és ami csodálatos, hogy vasút is van, nem csak út, hanem vasút. Már egy párszor átmentünk a vasúton, gondoltam, hogy valami régi vasút, de nem most hallgatjátok, hogy jön a vonat. Guys, we arrived at Puno, and over there is the Titicaca Lake. Titicaca.
Titicaca.
So now we are going down, and we will try to book a boat ride to one of those islands on the lake. Today or tomorrow, we don't know. Let's see how it will be.
Do you want to explore the heart of Transylvania on a motorcycle? AttisWay Motor Rent provides top-of-the-line motorcycle and tailor-made tours for passionate riders like you. Whether you're dreaming of riding through the breathtaking roads of Europe, Morocco, Turkey, or even South America, we turn your dream ride into reality. Book your lifetime adventure now on AttisWay.com.
Hello,
Hi guys.
we arrived to the Titicaca Lake, and we are already taking a boat ride to 2 islands and back. It's gonna take 2 or 3 hours, something like that. We left the bike on the terminal. Hopefully we're gonna get everything when we're gonna go back. So join us to the Titicaca Lake. Ciao.
Ciao.
We had barely left the shore, maybe 200 meters south, and boom! The engine died. At first, we laughed, but then it happened again and again. That's when it stopped being funny. The water was ice cold, and swimming in all that gear, not exactly my idea of fun. This was starting to look more like a survival boat trip than a chill visit to the floating islands.
Our trip took us to one of the most amazing places in South America, to the Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is one of the oldest lakes in the world, around 3 million years old. It sits super high up in the mountains at 3,812 meters above the sea level, right between Peru and Bolivia. The part we visited is on the Peruvian side in the Puno region. The lake is huge. It covers over 8,000 square kilometers and stretches almost 300 kilometers in length. At its widest point, it's about 80 kilometers across, and the deepest part is around 280 meters near the Bolivian side. Even though more than 25 rivers flow in the lake, there's only one river that floats out. Because the area is so dry and sunny, most of the lake's water actually disappears through evaporation. The water is super clear and only a little bit salty, and all around the lake are the beautiful Andes Mountains, including some snow-covered peaks that reach over 6,000 meters. Perhaps the most magical thing about Lake Titicaca is the floating Uros Islands, where entire villages seem to drift peacefully on the water. The moment we arrived on the floating islands, it felt like we were living in a real-life fairy tale. These are man-made islands, built completely out of totora reeds which grow in the lake. The local people, called the Uros, have been living on these islands for centuries, and they use the totora reeds to build everything. On one of the islands, our local host showed us how they build the islands layer by layer using the reeds. He also showed us how they grow potatoes right there on the island using the same reed-based ground. We got to peek inside some of the small homes, also made entirely from reeds. And between the houses we saw simple clay stoves out in the open where they cook their meals. Lake Titicaca is not just beautiful, it's also full of history. People have been living here for thousands of years. Traditional farming methods like building terraces or raised fields, called varu, showed just how well they were learned to live in harmony with the land and water. Visiting Lake Titicaca was an unforgettable experience for us. The nature, the people, the traditions, it all made this part of our South American journey really special.
So guys, this was the Titicaca Lake. It's a beautiful place, but it's pretty touristic already. And as you can see behind us, already the rain is coming. No matter where we are going, the rain is chasing us with 200 miles per hour. Yesterday rain, today it will be again. What we can do, this is nature, but these islands, they are beautiful. It's worth to take a look and visit it. Now we're gonna go back to Puno and we need to find some accommodation because it's already 5:30 I think. So
Something like
see you back in Puno. Bye.
Ciao.
So guys, this was our adventure on the Titicaca Lake. Now it's 6 o'clock. We need to look some accommodation to spend the night because it's late. So let's see where we're gonna find something.